Hi, let's see how you can save some money on upgrading, and this time by using Graviton instances. So the difficulty will be quite medium. Let's dive in. So first, what are Graviton instances? There are EC2 instances powered by AWS design ARM-based processors. So they offer better price performance compared to a traditional architecture. Here, for example, you have a comparison between T3 and T4G. So the G refers to Graviton. It's an option. They have the same instance size, X large, but not the same architecture here. They have the same CPU, same memory, but of course, the hourly cost is less for the Graviton instances. So here you're gonna save around 19%. Same thing here for 66A and C7G. You're gonna have different architecture, same CPU, same memory, but the hourly cost will be less, meaning you're gonna save 15%. So Graviton is just an option among many others, so you can have the full list here of options. So A refers to AMD processors, for example, and G for Graviton. You also have Intel processors. And in your instance type here, you can see that you can have multiple options. So you have G here, who refers to Graviton, and N, who refers to network and EBS optimized. A little history here about Graviton. So in 2018, AWS released the first version of Graviton, which is only for the A1 instance family. In 2020, the second generation, Graviton 2, is released, and AWS provides 40% improved price performance. You can retrieve them in the M6G, C6G, S6G, and T4G, for example. Then in 2022, AWS made Graviton 3 processors, so you got like 55% better compute performance over Graviton 2. It's C7G, M7G, R7G. And finally, in 2024, it released Graviton 4 and claims it's 40% faster for databases, 30% faster for web applications, 45% faster for large Java application than Graviton 3. And those new generations are R8G, X8G, C8G, M8G, and I8G. Where can you use Graviton instances? So you can use in many different topics. So databases, for example, with DocumentDB, Aurora, AIGS, Elasticache, MemoryDB, Neptune. You can also use it in analytics. So for Amazon OpenSearch, EMR, SageMaker, you can also use for compute with AWS Lambda, Fargate, Elastic Beanstalk, but also EC2 autoscaling, ECS, EKS, and finally for storage with FSX and OpenZFS. So these diagrams are performance testing results between non-Graviton instances like M5.x large and Graviton instances like M6G for Graviton X large. So the cost is currently less for Graviton. Of course, you have the same CPU, same RAM. Basically, you have all different test scenario. So you have the full list here if you want to read it. But for each of the scenario, the latency will be less for Graviton instances, and the performance will be better, up to 31% here. So at the end, the performance price is a lot better for Graviton instances, up to 64% for one test. To find them all, you can simply use the cost optimization hub services. So if you filter your findings by recommended action equals to migrate to Graviton, you will have the full list of your current resource types and the recommended list. So for example here, you can switch one T3.small to one T4G.small, which is an upgrade into Graviton. You will have for each one of them the estimated monthly savings and also the savings percentage. You can also check with Compute Optimizer here. For all your findings, I just click on one of them, and here, for example, it's the M5A instance, and you have multiple options. So option 1, X8G, option 2, R6G, and option 3, R7G. And for each one of them, you will have a difference in your CPU utilization, in memory utilization also if you have the diagram, and you will see the price difference with an estimated monthly savings here after discounts and also on-demand prices. How to fix it? You simply have to migrate to Graviton instances. So the difficulty is medium because it will depend on the service you are using. So first, don't switch if your application rely on software that doesn't support ARM. So you have to check your compatibility first. And also if your application is Windows based. There is no Graviton instances. If your application are running on containers, you can use the multi-arc Docker images.